Hey.
What should I do with him? Arrest him and take him to Troskovitz?
If some wild beast doesn't mete out justice first, aye. If he's not willing, force him. But make sure he's not too battered.
Yeah, I understand. Thanks. I'll go and find him.
Good luck. Well, see you later. Have a good evening.
Whoa!
Ich kann nicht mehr weiter.
Quick! Ka! 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 Go!
What do you want here? Praise the Lord.
Good day.
Ugh.
What's new?
Nothing much, lad.
I've travelled half the region on account of yours.
I think by now you know who I am, and what my place in the world is. This is where I stand, and over there is my mill. I'm just an ordinary miller, with an extraordinary interest in the way the world runs.
Well, at least tell me why you've settled in Lower Semine, of all places.
Isn't it obvious? It's the arse end of the world. It's peaceful here. At least it was until you came around and started asking questions.
I talked to the Jalioff bathhouse wenches about the Chamberlain.
And? They were pleased some business was coming their way?
It turns out no girl in the region wants anything to do with him. They've had bad experiences with him.
Did you tell them how much I was offering?
Even a golden goose wouldn't change their minds.
Oh, Sakra, that's a bit of a setback.
Good day.
What are we going to do?
Someone in Jeliov suggested I should take a look round the nomad camp. They said I'd find someone called Eneline of Winterthur, who could play our mistress for the Chamberlain.
That's excellent news. Her name makes her sound like a noble woman. To tell the truth, it sounds a bit foreign. Suspiciously so. We'll have to come up with something else. Run along to the camp and make her an offer, fast, while she's still there. Well, God be with you.
Careful!
What do you want now, you knave? My respects. What do you want, you yokel? Oh, aye, farewell.
Christ, you...
God be with you.
Greetings to you as well.
What do you want here?
Gamekeeper Varrel sent me into the forest to look for poachers. You don't have anything to do with it, do you?
Are you mad? If Crazel found out I was poaching, he'd skin me alive. And then Bonnie would have my guts for garters. No, that'll be them arseholes deeper in the forest above us. I spotted a couple of them when I was having a shit there. So watch where you put your feet if you go looking for them.
Thanks. I'll be careful.
Oh, aye. Farewell.
I'd like to learn
What would you like to know?
the mysteries.
Thanks. I'll teach you. What would you...
I'd like to learn how...
All right, but it'll take...
Why do you work for the miller?
Because he pays well, and don't care how much coin I make on the side.
You mean by stealing?
And he doesn't ask any stupid questions.
What did you do before?
I got by any way I could. Believe it or not, I started in a convent.
You? A nun? Well, why not? I was in the cloisters myself for a while.
Oh well, different people have different fates. But we all ended up here anyway, in the armpit of the world.
What do you think about Crazel?
You're another one of those that don't know if they should love him or hate him, eh? Crazel is his own man. Once you learn to get along with him, you can't help but admire him a bit. But sometimes he's unbearable as soon as he opens his mouth.
How's your sister?
Fine. Why'd you ask?
I heard she was sick. I just wanted to know if she's feeling better.
Someone's making camp here, but it looks like a bandit's camp. This is definitely evidence. This is definitely evidence. This is definitely evidence.
Everything all right, eh? There now.
Greetings to you. All right then.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
I found those poachers, like you asked me to.
Poachers? More than one?
Yeah. A whole band of them. And not just poachers.
How do you figure?
From the way they were armed to the teeth. Their camp is a little to the south of the pond. It's full of loot.
Somewhere by the rocks? But that's damn close. Got any proof they're there?
I found this on them.
Typical. The fuckers know what they're doing.
This lot weren't willing to listen to reason. So I dealt with them. They won't be doing any more poaching.
Blimey. You took them on all by yourself. Well, you saved me having to persuade Bailiff Thrush to send the Troskovitz garrison after them.
Are you going to finally tell me about the ghost?
Aye, I will. I need you to catch him. This ghost fella is a poacher too. But he ain't like any other poacher we've had, I can tell you.
What else can you tell me about him? Why do you think he's different than the other poachers?
He's one big mystery, that bastard. He's a damn good hunter. Every shot hits the mark. A real archery master. On the other hand, he leaves a right mess. And the way he guts the animals is shoddy. I ain't sure if he does it on purpose or he's just sloppy.
Sounds like it's some cumin.
Nah. Them nomads have a real respect for animals and wouldn't waste any part of a catch. But it's true, there's a lot that suggests this ghost ain't local.
Do you want me to send him to the gallows?
Exactly. If he ain't already wolf food or ain't armed to the teeth.
Where should I look for him?
That bastard is poaching between my patch and Vostatek's. He knows it's the least patrolled area, since we don't quite know which one of us is responsible for it. You just need to head north a bit from Trotsky Castle.
To the north of the castle? Any idea where I should start?
You can start at the crossroads, northeast of the castle. Search the rocks there. Like I says, us huntsmen don't go there much, so we don't know the area.
I'll get on it then.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. See you later, my friend. It was good to see you, my friend.
Quick! 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 Quick!
Whoa! Whoa!
Hey!
What happened to you?
A wheel on our wagon broke, so we're waiting here for my husband to come back from the village.
You're lucky you didn't run into any footpads. The roads are treacherous these days.
What can we do? We have to make a living somehow. Do you want to buy anything?
Where are you coming from, and where are you headed?
Oh, here and there, all over the place. Times are hard, you know. What the farm folk have to sell, we buy, and we bring them what they're in need of.
Times are hard because there's people thriving on others' misery.
Can't argue with that. We're barely making ends meet ourselves. Everybody thinks twice before they part with their money these days.
How did you come by this stuff?
How? Well, you see, the farmers sell us what they don't need and so forth.
I see. You're just plain old hawkers, eh?
Aye, that's right. Buy for 1 groschen, sell for 2. And if I ain't got what you want, I'll get it for you. Everyone's just doing the best they can.
I'll be happy to take a look at your wares.
Of course. No trouble at all. Thank you, and take care.
God! Go! God!
Whoa! Whoa!
Thank you. And a good day to you, friend. What will it be?
Show me. Why did you become a herb?
Let me guess. It seems like a woman's work to you, eh?
No, I didn't mean it like that. It's just that the only herbalists I know are women. You're the first male one I've met.
My grandmother taught me everything I know. She used to take me with her to the forest and told me something about every herb she picked. What it's called, where it grows, and what it's good for. And in the evenings, she tested me mercilessly on everything. If I made a single mistake, I got a slap on the ear.
You memorized everything? No recipes?
Why? I keep all the recipes in my head and measure out the ingredients by eye.
Isn't it dangerous not knowing the exact amounts and mixing the potions by eye?
Maybe for me. If I lick my fingers while crushing some herb Paris, for instance. But I've never poisoned anyone yet. Well, at least not by mistake.
But people trust you anyway, since they buy salves and healing potions from you.
What else can they do? The only real apothecary here is Emmerich, and he charges a lot. Besides, he moved here from the city. What can I do for you?
Peachy, where did that come from? You'll pay for that, you whore son. Who did this? That coward must have shot from here. To hell with you. Alert! Alert!
Calm down!
I'll make this easy for you.
Have mercy. I have a wife and child waiting for me at home. Without me, they'll have to beg to survive.
Well, you should have thought of that sooner.
I'm sorry. I truly regret what happened.
Ah, your whining is making me sick. Get out of here. Go. Are you still staring? You want to be a tough fella, eh?
You've got to be kidding. Intruder! Get over here! No. I can't leave now.
Maggot. Mia fene. Mira hetes.
This is a poacher's lair, for sure. So where's the poacher?
Henry?
Sir Hans! What are you doing here?
Don't shout! Come here.
Sir Hans, I'm here hunting poachers, and I come across you.
Henry! I never expected you here.
I was sent here by the Nebakov gamekeeper. He said there are poachers here, and I don't have to be King Solomon to figure out who the poacher is, do I? Oh, Jesus! You couldn't choose something different? There's all sorts of ways to make money.
Now hold your horses. How else are we supposed to get some coin quickly so we don't have to go around looking like beggars?
By honest work? This is very risky.
Look, no one found me here until you turned up. And you're only here because you're doing some terribly noble deed again and helping out old grannies in distress. And this is how it turns out.
Are you fucking serious? There are plenty of ways you could earn money. Why poaching of all things?
I've always been good at hunting. Remember how we went hunting together the first time? I really showed you up, didn't I?
As I recall, it was the other way around.
What rot! I'll make a pile of coins selling this game. And then, that idiot on the gate will finally believe we're not beggars. He'll be laughing on the other side of his face when we turn up in our finery. And it's a much better way than your idiotic idea with the forge.
And what are you doing with the game you hunt?
thanks to my bargaining skills, I've got to deal with an excellent trader in Troskowitz.
And you realise that this trader of yours could snitch on you if he's in a corner? Or just for the reward?
My trader is reliable.
Maybe, but someone might see you together.
That's not going to happen. We're careful.
The gamekeeper wants to get rid of poachers around here, and I promised to help him do it.
Well, that's awkward for you, isn't it? Any idea what you're going to tell him?
Well, have you? Surely you don't expect me to tell him I didn't find anyone?
Why the hell not? You just found some abandoned camp, no? It's a stroke of luck that he sent you, eh?
You know very well that poaching is a serious crime.
Ah, but this is an exceptional situation. We're messengers. It's only through unfortunate circumstances that we ended up like this. If von Berghoff knew about it, he wouldn't even regard it as poaching. Besides, he'd never leave an honoured guest and a noble to go hungry.
You do know that if they caught you, von Berghoff would never even hear of it.
Henry, you've got to look at it in the broader perspective.
Jesus. You have to stop doing it. We can't risk you getting found out. Maybe just by chance.
And have you any better idea of how we get to the castle? Eh? Look at the state of yourself. No matter how you dress up, you still have straw sticking out of your boots. With my plan, we'd have at least some chance.
And what am I supposed to tell the gamekeeper now?
I don't know. Make something up. Maybe you found the poacher and he didn't want to surrender. He attacked you and you beat him. And that's that.
You have to cooperate at least a bit, though. But if the gamekeeper is to believe me, the poaching has to stop. I can't convince him the problem is solved if the game keeps disappearing.
You're saying I have to find some other way of making coin on account of this brilliant idea of yours?
You have to. Because the first thing the gamekeeper will do is to send guards here from Troskowitz. And then he'll send for me. Because he'll find out I lied to him.
Oh, Christ, Henry. Well, I've already made a bit of coin and I can do something with it. And I can still keep going to the woods. Well, it's time for a change. Go and convince that gamekeeper you keep going on about. And I'll find something else to do.
Oh, and the gamekeeper will want to see some proof that I found the poacher and dealt with him. Got anything?
I could give you my equipment. It'd be pretty hard to survive without it, but...
To poach without it?
Yeah, that's settled then.
All right. Everything all right, eh?
I'll show you.
Pretty little rose do we have here? What do you say? Fuck! I'll kill
I'll
you!
sort you out nicely. Smash him on the head. Slice him up. You should have fucking stayed out of it. Nice strike. Die, you swine. Now you'll die. He was finished before he started. To hell with you.
What? Why am I on the ground? Shit!
Ha! I knew I'd get him. Sacre. There you are, you bastard. That madman. Why'd he do it?
Thank you, lad. Who knows what they would have done to me?
I was happy to help.
You did more than help. You're my guardian angel. Here, for you. Something to remember me by. And thank you again.
Shame on you.
Ka! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings. Do you need something?
You don't have to worry about the last poacher either anymore. But it was one hell of a job, I can tell you.
Really? Go on. Where was he?
North of Trotsky. He had a small camp there. Below a cliff. Just like you said.
I'm sure he realized there wasn't any point resisting. What did you do with him?
I took him to the bailiff and had him hanged.
Excellent. I intend to go and see Thrush before the wedding, so I'll ask him about it when I take him the wedding gifts.
But that's not for ages, is it?
Aye, just before the celebration, so the game's as fresh as can be. Good work. Here's your reward.
Thanks. That's a generous reward.
We don't have any more poachers, so take it as a parting gift from us huntsmen. It'll be a long time before any more of the arseholes turn up in the Trotsky forests. You sent out a clear signal what they can expect. Well, you can take a look at my bows if you want, and in return for your help, I'll... take a bit off the usual price. Don't use it for poaching, though.
That's not a bad idea, you know.
Don't even think about it.
No, of course not. Thanks.
I'll tell Vostatek to do the same. But just between you and me, better buy one from me. Bows soaked in spirits aren't very hard wearing. Farewell.
Can I spend the night here? I'll pay you well if you let me spend the night here every now and then.
For a few groschen, you can sleep on the hay.
Agreed. I'll pay. I hope that'll be enough.
Agreed. Like I said, there's plenty of room on the hay, but don't go wandering about my house.
Where should I lie down?
It'll be best to sleep in the attic of our hunting lodge. Take care. God be with you, neighbor.
Gather round, good people. Come and see a swindler, a butcher, who shamelessly cheated his neighbours and sold them rotten meat. Come and take a good look at him. This villain is guilty of using faulty scales and giving his customers less than they paid for. And when they demanded the right amount, he threatened and terrified them with his cleaver. And even though he knew the meat was rotten, he sold it anyway, making many honest folk fall ill. But his swindling days are over. A long stretch in the pillory awaits him, and the same fate awaits every dishonest trader who disrespects both his customers and the law.
You don't belong
Let
here.
him be a lesson to you. God's law and the law of the land apply to everyone.
Better the pillory than the noose.
Not your day, eh? What did you do?
Nothing.
Really?
Were you expecting a different answer?
What if I freed you?
I'd scarp her, obviously.
How's it going? I expect that's not very comfortable on your back.
Fuck my back. I can hardly feel it anymore. But recently, some joker passed by and put a dead fish in my breeches. So you don't end up here too.
Not your day, eh?
So you don't end up here too.
I've got my eye on you, you swine.
My respects to your service.
Yeah. Don't think you're going to curry my favor.
God grant you health. Freedom! The Lord sees.
Mind where you're going.
Who just came barging in here? You're not allowed here. Get moving.
Wanted to break in here, did you?
Not you again.
You see? Didn't even hurt.
Damn it! I'll have a look to see if I've been robbed.
Let's fuck quick.
You don't know.
I've got that loot for you.
Incredible! Magnificent! Fascinating.
You really got it. Give me that lovely thing so I can fondle her.
Such a noble instrument is just begging to celebrate art and life.
It's like it's saying, hey, with me in your hands, you'll be able to grab any wench you want.
How can you take such a fine thing and abuse it for vulgar gain?
Abuse? No, friend. Put to good use.
Come on, play me something, will you?
Give me a moment. I just have to hold it like this, and...
What's that you up there? Hey, let me see. How the hell do you... hold it? Ah. Oh, Anna has tiny tits, like a pair of cherry pits. Uh-oh.
Christ, no!
The idiot broke the strings!
What are you doing, you idiot? Do you know what I had to do to get that loot?
I'm sorry, but... mate. Oh, I best be off now, eh?
Fuck! Shit! You fucking whoreson! Your ma should have dumped you on the manure heap the moment you were born. What's gonna happen with that loot?
Use it for firewood. It'll burn nicely with that lacquer.
What? Henry, sick him! I mean, give him what for?
Hey, why don't we all just simmer down? After all, it was an accident.
Yeah, of course it was an accident. But then I wanted to give it a stroke.
There you go. Now apologise nicely and clear off.
All right. I'm sorry. Sorry. Forget me. Forgive me. Forget it.
Now what are we supposed to do? Without strings, it's just firewood, you know?
Our dreams are shattered. The rose-tinted skies of glory are obscured by dark clouds. We'll be toiling in filth till we breathe our last.
Farewell to Kuttenberg. Farewell to you lovely city damsels.
We could replace those strings with new ones, couldn't we?
Look, old pal. Henry himself is offering to lend a hand.
The hunter Vostatek told me once that he made some strings for someone. He can make some for us.
Vostatek? I know him. In fact, he owes me.
Really? Damn. Too bad he doesn't owe us. Who knows what he'll charge me and Michael for the strings?
Sometimes the price is just too high to pay.
Especially when you ain't got a groschen to your name.
All right. I'll go and see what he says.
All praise and glory to you. May you and all your kin be honoured for 7 generations for all you have done for us unfortunate artists.
Bier bitte. Ein großes Bier bitte.
God bless.
you poking around here for?
I'm trying to get strings for a loop, and I hear you know all about that.
I do, but it ain't so straightforward. You have to sacrifice an animal for that.
You mean an altar? Candles, mysterious chanting and stuff?
Nah, nothing like that. You just have to get a sheep, find the thinnest gut, and weave strings from it. You can eat the rest.
I don't know how to gut animals.
Well, you're just gonna have to learn. Run along to the woods and bag a deer, or a few hares, eh? You won't get much of any use out of them at first, but after a bit of practice, you'll get there.
And meanwhile I'll clear half your forest of game.
You'd have your work cut out, lad. But if you'd rather, you can always buy those guts from a butcher.
Isn't there any other way?
Look, lad, I told you what you wanted to know. I'll make lute strings for you if you bring me the sheep gut.
What did you say I need?
Guts, you... God be with you.
Is there someone there, doggy?
Do you smell something, doggy?
Huh? I must be mad.
What is it you need?
What's that? You can't be here. Get moving. What are you poking around that door for, huh? Not you again. Next time, don't come
Praise
in here
the Lord.
without permission. Go! Go! Quick! Ka! Quick! Ka!
Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings to you.
I've got that sheep gut for you.
I hope you killed the poor creature before you pulled it out of its rectum. Or did you chicken out and buy it somewhere? Not that I care. Wait here a while and I'll make them strings for you.
About what I'd
Greetings.
expect from you, once again.
What kind of pig was sitting
Oh,
here?
gentle knight, why linger on?
I got those strings for you.
Ah, how the hills shall ring out in gladness to their glorious sound.
We'll fix the loot and head off for Kuttenberg, fame and fortune. All praise to you, friend.
Right. I hope that's all you need.
If only, Henry, old pal. It's just there's still one little fuck-up. But first, you forgot to mention that half the village, including the bailiff and the resident idiot, saw you pilfer the loot.
George is exaggerating a bit, but still, we're a bit worried what will happen when someone finds out we've got the stolen loot.
You wanted a loot, you've got it.
We're as grateful to you as anyone could ever be, but truth be told, we're still a bit concerned.
I reckon it would be wisest to pack up and clear off. But it's not that simple. The innkeeper doesn't want us to leave. Says Kuttenberg isn't the place for us.
Can you imagine? He who never set foot outside his village wants to block 2 free souls in their path to fame.
And fortune.
And recognition.
And under the skirts of town maidens.
Beast. In short, dear friend, you must have a word with him. You're worldly wise. He's sure to listen more to you than to us.
Hang on. How can the innkeeper keep you from going anywhere?
Well, you know, he's incapable of grasping that the artistic soul needs to fly as free as a bird.
Aye, he's an
Ignoramus.
Besides, we owe him a bit of coin.
Well, why don't you pay him back then?
That's just it. We'd love to. We could always scrape together a few groschen.
But it's not coin he's after. He wants us to work off our debt.
He lets you two drink on credit? How so?
Because he's a damn crook.
He knows we can't pay back our debt outright, but he counts every wretched sip we take and adds it to the burden we have to shoulder.
Well, why don't you just up and run for it?
And sully our honour? Never.
And also, the innkeeper would tell the bailiff and he'd come looking for us. We don't want to end up in the stocks.
I'll have a word with him, and we'll see what happens.
That's the spirit.
Let's drink to that!
Greetings, friend.
That Henry, he's a sly one.
He's sure to... Who are we to be toiling outside?
Where did you say the lads who found the water goblin's treasure go swimming?
Near the pier, on the Rock Tower Pond.
I'm afraid I've got bad news. I found the lads, but they were dead. They drowned.
Christ almighty. I told them they should have returned the treasure. Those poor lads. Such foolishness. Thanks anyway. I'll let the Troskovitz gravedigger know. He'll bury them.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Nothing, if you look...
I hear Michael and George have run up a small debt with you.
A small debt? They owe me a whole heap of work, my friend. A month ago, I told them to dig a hole for shit behind the barn, and I'm still waiting. There's a privy there, but now it's full. The shit has nowhere to go but downhill. It's flowing down to the bathhouse. The other day, they promised that if I poured them a drink, they'd haul sacks of chaff to the barn. They boozed for free all night and swolfed down sausages till they were as greasy as a cart axle. But that chaff is still out in the damp and rain.
Can't they just pay what they owe you?
It has nothing to do with the coin. Those two need to learn some responsibility. Damn their idle hands. Nothing can cure their laziness but labour.
So, haul some sacks and empty the latrine. And then the debt is paid?
Aye, but I'll bet my boots that even if those two miraculously got off their arses, they'd still manage to rack up another debt in no time.
I wish you a pleasant day.
What is it Michael and George have to do to pay off their debt?
Haul sacks of chaff to the wagon and empty the overflowing latrines. Once that's done, we'll be quits.
Couldn't someone else do the work instead of Michael and George? They'd just do a shoddy job anyway. You know them.
Well, they'd have to do it again then. I'm telling you. Until the chaff's under cover and the latrine's clean enough to eat out of, them two owe me. Interrupting my train of thought. The miners there are well aware of the silver in the rocks.
They spend their wages at the baths on girls who wash their cocks.
Forget about those two fools. You're not responsible for their upbringing. A decent pile of coin could smooth everything over, couldn't it? I'll give you the coin for some hired hand to do the job.
Well, that pile of groschen will have to be mighty big. Cleaning out the privy's going to be a nasty job.
If we don't do something about it soon, we'll never be.
Well, now, everyone should be satisfied. Good trade makes good friends, eh?
What do you have for...
Maybe next time then.
God bless you.
I've squared things with the innkeeper. Your debt's been settled.
Our saviour! We knew you'd support our artistic souls and save our mortal bodies.
May your name live in glory!
Your glory shall be sealed by the song we wrote for you.
Oh my God, what have you done?
Fuck yeah! For you and about you, our hero!
Definitely not going to sing those words, right?
Which words?
You know exactly
I'm
what
just
words.
joking. Right, you ready?
Can't tune the strings.
You've got one job. Good? Right.
When it seems you're out of luck, there's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Well?
Ludiak?
Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. Henry, reliable Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Oh, oh, oh.
Watch out, watch out, here we go.
Oh, oh,
I can't hear you in the back.
When you want to string your lute and trumpet with your plectrum, who will pull a sheep gut out through the creature's rectum? Oh, Henry, we thank you, Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. His fellow man! Henry, let's drink to Henry, he gets the job done the best he can. Yeah!
So, how did you like it?
Weren't we fantastic? I tell you, that loot really gave it a punch.
I'd say we were incomparable. Chi la dura la vince. You can't keep a good man down. The world awaits us.
Awaits us with open arms.
Absolutely great. Amazing. Breathtaking.
Ha ha! I knew it!
If our first song is so successful, just imagine how our next one will be received.
We'll conquer the fucking world!
Dear Enrico, thank you for everything. It's time for us to shake the dust of this God-forsaken place off our feet and seek our fortune in the big wide world.
Kuttenberg, here we come!
New life, here we come.
Now, hold your horses, fellas. What about my reward for everything I've done for you?
We've already paid you back, my friend.
Didn't you hear the ode we wrote about you?
Look, that's all very nice. But what about some coin?
Please, Henry, don't be so base. No gold in the world can match the luster of our velvet voices.
Just wait till that song about you makes the rounds. You'll be so famous you'll have to fend off the women with a pitchfork.
Besides, you've gained the most valuable thing in all the world. Friends.
Farewell, friend. And thanks for everything.
I'll be
A
right
jug
back.
of wine, thanks. Hey, what did I do to you?